Hi everyone. So yesterday we did Neil Armstrong and I found out some information about him. So I've been looking for lots of information about Neil Armstrong for you, and everything that I've found I can't actually read to you because you have to get permission. So what I've done is I've made up my own. So here you go. Here is a story that I have written about Neil Armstrong. Contains lots of interesting facts, if I can find it, about Neil Armstrong. So this is a story about Neil Armstrong. The time is 8:17 on the 20th of July, and I am the most excited I have ever been, but I have to wait. I have to wait until I know that it's safe. But I wonder, just how long will this take? Can you imagine how I was feeling? What it must have been like? There I was, with my crewmates. We'd just managed the impossible. Can you imagine? We'd been travelling for a grueling 4 days, 6 hours and 45 minutes, non-stop, just to reach our destination. We have finally landed, with just 25 seconds of fuel left. And now...
Yeah, that'd be much better thickness. That.
Yet we can't actually arrive. We have to carry out checks to make sure it's safe. Why? Well, you see, we're on the moon. My name is Neil Armstrong. My crewmates are Edwin, Buzz as he likes to be called, Aldrin, and Michael Collins, and together we make up the Apollo 11 mission. We have just landed on the moon, something everyone thought was impossible. The year is 1969, and we are the first ever humans to make this journey ever. I wonder what it'll be like when we get out there. What will we see? We've been told that we're supposed to be going to bed now. As soon as we land, we're supposed to be going to power down the shuttle and going to have a nap. Who are they trying to kid? Go to sleep? That's like waking up on your birthday, seeing all of your presents wrapped there waiting for you, and being told to go back to bed before you can open them. We want to go outside as soon as we know we can. We have these huge suits and helmets to put on so that we can breathe oxygen and know that we're not at risk, whatever lies outside the safety of the spaceship. But I have to radio back to Command Center. So my first words back to the center on Earth when we landed are, Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. They then radio back to me, Roger, Tranquility, we copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot. This was the first conversation that connected the moon's surface with the Earth's surface. But I'm still not allowed out. I can't go onto the moon's surface until we still make sure that it's safe. This takes another 4 hours. 4 whole hours waiting, looking out of the window, seeing the stars, seeing the darkness, being able to see Earth. Just after 2 o'clock in the morning on the 21st of July, 1969, me, Neil Armstrong, commander of the mission, I'm allowed out of the space shuttle. It has been decided that because I'm the commander of the mission, I get to go first onto the moon and out of the lunar module. With that and all that responsibility, I take a handheld video camera to record the scene so that this can be played back to Houston and ground control so that you all get to see what I saw when I stepped foot out of the lunar module onto the moon's surface. My left foot is the first human thing to touch the moon's surface. My first words, which for many, many years have been misquoted, are as follows. I said, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." But at a vital point in my transmission, radio static hit, and the was lost in the transmission. So I've waited all these years until technology could get better and the sound could be cleaned up so that you could hear what I was saying more clearly and you could finally hear the So for years and years and years, it was quoted that I actually said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." But that's not what I said. Finally, after 20 minutes of me walking about on the moon by myself, my crewmate Buzz came out to join me. And we went and collected moon rocks and samples to take back to Earth with us. We stayed on the moon's surface for 2 hours. Well, just over 2 hours, actually. And in that time, the president, Richard Nixon, also phoned us. And we spoke to him on the moon. We then boarded the safety of the lunar module, started up the systems for our return home journey. But you should see it out there. It's so dark. It's just black. It's not even as black as night. It's darker than that. It's nothing. As far as the eye can see, there's nothing. And it's so quiet and peaceful. When we start our return home journey, it will take just under 4 days. In total, the whole journey from Earth to the moon and back home again will have taken us just over 8 days. We will have to land in the sea. This is not something I'm looking forward to at all. But it's necessary because when we enter the Earth's atmosphere, we are going to get very, very hot. Our module will get very hot. The whole trip and the exploration of going to the moon cost the company, NASA, around $25 billion. That's £20 million. And over 400,000 people made it possible by working extremely hard at their jobs to get the 3 people, me, Buzz, and our pilot, Michael Collins, to the moon. And Michael wasn't even out of the lunar module. He stayed. He stayed orbiting so that he could actually do his job to make sure that we were safe and to keep an eye on us. He didn't even get out to have a go on the moon. He stayed in the ship. And that is my story of the day I went to the moon and became one of the most famous people in the world and the most famous astronaut in the world. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.